I don't hear. I don't.
You don't hear me?
No, I hear you, but I hear you from the. I gotta fix the microphone here. Hold on.
Okay. That's the kind of day we've been having.
Good. All right. So we got that, and we got the microphone. All right. Good.
Dude, Mickleton. It's
Bet you it's in PA.
no, it's New Jersey. It is of New Jersey. It's south of me. It's around wonderful. It's around Paulsboro. It's near West Stepford. It's a little north of Swedesboro, Mullica Hill. I don't know. So anyone listening who lives in New Jersey and in South Jersey now knows where Mickleton is.
Mickleton. Interesting.
Yes. So that's where Krabs lives.
It's certainly no. Gotta love South Jersey.
You do. I mean, like South Jersey, it's a wonderful place to live.
So how did you end up in South Jersey? You're a North Jersey guy. How did you end up in South Jersey?
I ended up in South Jersey. 9/11. The kid was 1 month old. We were like all the way in North Jersey. So due west until you hit the city from where you were living when you were living in New York State. From Slutsburg. Just like boom. My wife's looking out the window with her 1 month old, and she sees the towers come down. And this is a woman who her whole life wanted to move, get to New York, get to the big city. And she's like, I'm going back home. So we started looking for a place to live, and we started coming south. We found the first place that we could live that had a school system that we were comfortable with.
So your wife's from South Jersey. Vineland, Isaiah Pacheco.
Yes, Vineland, New Jersey, the largest by area city in New Jersey.
Interesting. Probably the least dense large city in New Jersey. Then in that case.
Oh, very, very. Still lots of farms, and the town next door where my mother-in-law lives now is Millville. You've heard of the Millville Missile, I'm sure.
Yeah. So Dennis Thomas was just the head coach there. Now he just took a job with Rutgers football.
Okay, so the Millville Missile. Mr. Trout.
When people say Mike Trout's a Jersey boy, the reason why no one knew of him is because he's from Millville and he's from like South Jersey. Like, deep South.
Yeah, like that's why he's a huge Eagle fan. Like the coolest thing I've seen with the Trout parents' house is the year he won the Corvette for winning the MVP in the All-Star game. That Corvette was parked in front of his parents' house. So
really?
Yeah, I don't know whether he was visiting or he gave it to his dad or what. And it wasn't there long. It was there for like a week, if that, and then it was gone.
He gave it to his old man, and his old man sold that shit.
That's what I think happened. If you ask me, he's like, Dad, I don't need a vet. Either do I, son. Sell this thing.
That's right. Although I would think having a vet in like a place like Millville would be pretty cool because you could open it up. Like there's not a lot of traffic, I would think, right? So you could open that bad boy up.
It is country roads, but they're not. It's not open it up type country roads. Like it's not New York State open it up country roads like that. I think like when I go up to the Adirondacks and drive by your old hometown and keep going, like there's roads there back there that you want to fly on. These roads, they just don't. You don't have that. There's tractors on the roads. You know what I mean? You're flying, you're gonna hit a tractor.
So when I went to school at Rutgers, right, and you were probably part of this posse, but every freaking dillweed that I met from North Jersey, when I told them I was from like upstate, first I tell them from New York, then you have to explain the whole thing. I'm not from New York City, and then as soon as
the North Jersey people, they at least know that they would go New York. Where you went, not the city, upstate. Okay, where? Like, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, but even then, even those people, even when you say not from the city, they go, oh. How big's the farm? I swear, I shit you not. I'm telling you. North Jersey doesn't matter, right?
I was Jersey. Not one of those dillweeds just because I vacationed up in the Adirondacks every. But I probably asked you about cocksuckers and coxsackie.
Coxsackie, not cock. Yeah. So here's the great thing about that. Like, so you got all these Jersey guys talking about what farm and cows and shit like that because you don't live in New York City. Meanwhile, the state of New Jersey has South Jersey, which is like full of farms, and the Jersey Devil. Like, it's just ironic to me that people in North Jersey don't even realize half their state is the same thing they're making fun of in New York.
It is as a North Jerseyite, but I did not know what was down here. No, I had no, like, yeah, I mean, on the way to my mother-in-law's, it's people grow things, and there's people pulled over the side of the road picking food. There's a guy who sells, like, there's the great thing is there's a wonderful butcher. I don't know where he gets a great butcher. I can get bacon there, like fresh, real bacon there at the same price for store bacon at the grocery store. But across the street is an empty lot that's there, and sometimes there's somebody sets up a fruit stand or whatever. So it's definitely more farmy than upstate New York, to be honest.
I'm sure it is. So tell me about this picking food. What kind of food are they picking? Pizza and shit like that?
Oh, so here's what I learned. And I don't know if it's a legal thing, but like farmers kind of know that there are going to be people who come down the street and pick their crops. So they actually, like, when they figure out how much they're going to produce, any part of the field that's on the side of the street, the farmers like already count that as a loss. Because people will be like, oh, look, it's strawberries. Pull over, grab some strawberries, and just literally they're robbing the farmer. That's what they're doing. And they do it. And they go on. And other times you'll see it.
But what I think you just tried to explain to me is that it's okay because the farmer's already factored that into his losses.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm
okay, because for a little bit there, you kind of went down the road.
No.
Like your mother, it sounds like your mother-in-law told you that it's okay.
No. My mother-in-law would never really do that. That's not what she's going to do. But you see people doing it, and nobody thinks twice about the people doing it. And it's sort of understood that hopefully they need it, and the farmers kind of don't expect those crops to be. Yeah.
So is corn a crop in South Jersey?
Not that I am. Yeah, there's corn, tomatoes.
Jersey corn. Jersey corn's good, right? So people just pull over and pick corn off the freaking